There it is. No, not that. Oh my god. There. Good Lord. You- You'd think by now, but I guess we'd all be wrong. Yeah. Well, anyway, so the first story was Agent X, the Phantom Fed. And then we discovered the next story is Flash Lightning, who is on the cover of the comic book. So, oh boy, this one ought to be extra spectacular, you know. Well, doesn't look it. So there he is. Flash Lightning. Most lightning, in fact, all lightning flashes, you know, it's very bright. So I guess this is extra flashy. I don't know. And this might have been like one of the rejected symbols for like safety signs and stuff like that. Warning, it's, you know, electrical or whatever. And this looks like he was wearing a Christmas sweater that his grandma just didn't finish. So, you know, she didn't do the other pattern there. And he's got a belt made of metal to keep that gut in check. So, anyway, there we go. That's Flash Lightning. Egypt, the land of eerie mystery, birthplace of the black arts and weird wisdom. A great evil is rising to strangle the world. Crime is on the march under the gruesome black banner of doom. Only one man is determined to save the world. He is the ageless old man of the pyramids. We meet him in an Egyptian temple with Robert Morgan, a young American. He has schooled in all the ancient and modern scientists. The day has come, Robert Morgan, for you to go out into the world and fulfill your destiny. You alone can stop the spread of evil. On you the world's salvation depends. You are not afraid? No, honored sir, I have not forgotten your teachings. What's he staring at? I guess the hieroglyphics, yeah. Yeah, the funnies have come a long way. Well spoken, my boy. I am sure your parents, had they lived, oh, what happened there? Would have been proud of you. To you has been given the arts and sciences of the past and present. I kind of drifted for a second. You have great power. And now I give you your name and the greatest gift of all. Neil. My name's Neil? No. I name you Flash Lightning. Yeah. There's already a Flash, so I'm going to name you Flash Lightning. Anyway, bestow upon you the amulet of annihilation, the weapon of the forces of right. Huh. He's supposed to save people, but he gets the amulet of annihilation. Huh. Might want to get that hand looked at. It's looking pretty bad there, Pops, but yeah. So anyway, I guess that's the origin of Flash Lightning, which kind of, sort of is like Captain Marvel, you know, but well, whatever. So he's going to be, you know, Flash Lightning. Let me make a quick technical check here. Well, no one's saying they can't hear me, so I'm assuming I can be heard. Yep. All right. Just had to be certain. You never know. So anyway, Flash Lightning. And he's like, oh, man, I got to get going. It's almost time for... No, you have to train and stuff. Oh. That pile of rocks yeah, will serve as a target, but you must be careful how you throw your lightning bolt. Shall I throw it now? Again, I'm going to be late for a date. Not so fast, my impetuous young student. You do not realize your great power. I'm sorry, sir. What's he reaching for? So, like a streak of flame, the lightning finds its mark. Well done, my son. A direct hit. So that's it. That's his training. So the farewell. I'm sorry to leave, Obi-Wan. It is destined that you go. But remember, your powers work only for good. And now, away to New York. Only for good. That's what the amulet of annihilation is for. So anyway, born on wings of lightning. Really? Where? Boy, his arms are really long. He streaks through the air. Directed by the old man, he lands on a pier in New York Harbor. That must be the ship I was told to see. Well, I can see it. I guess my work is done here. As the boat is docked, a weird figure under guard steps down the gangplank. I'll be glad when we get rid of this stowaway, Joe. He gives me the creeps. Me too. The Reptile Man. He's got some kind of skin condition, you know. He doesn't look happy about it, and who can blame him, you know? So, they could have given him better clothes than that, but, well, whatever, you know. He's Reptile Man. Anyway, death awaits outside the pier. A strange antennae rise from two cars parked near the exit. They're taking him off the boat now. I'll have this one ready in a minute. Hurry up. He's almost here. The curtain of fire. Oh, I guess they're killing the Reptile Man then. Look out, Joe. What is it? What is it? As the car speeds on lightning, as the car speeds on lightning, runs to the side of the dead man. Why, he's burned to a crisp. And that stench. Oh, my God. Those fiends. But what is this in his hair? His hair. A metal tube and a note. Okay. So I guess that's it for Reptile Man. I thought he'd be like the main villain, you know, and be Flash Lightning versus Reptile Man. But no, he gets murdered as soon as he arrives. Anyway, here's the massage. Oh, the message. To Mary Parker, 17.5 Sphinx Street. The poison of red ant bites fills my brain. The jewel men are close behind me. Spies of the Phoenix are waiting along the coast. Even if I can stow away to New York, I won't be safe. If someone finds this, tell Mary Parker that her father and some of his party are still alive at North Latitude 1510, West Longitude 89.2, prisoners of the Phoenix. John Roan. So that was Reptile Man, I guess. But on a nearby roof, some stranger has the message. Take it down as I dictate. So swiftly the human eye can't follow him. Lightning speeds to the Parker home. Is Miss Parker home? Yes, sir. She's upstairs. What's the problem? You're a weirdo in tights. Oh, yeah. But who are you? A friend who wants to help. I have a message for you. It's like an answer to my prayers. It proves Dad is still alive. Yeah, and that Reptile Man's dead. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I don't understand. The hell is... Is his arm behind his back, I guess? See, that belt does have to keep his gut in check, you know. Anyway, the man who died on the pier is a friend of Dad's. He accompanied him on a secret expedition to Central America 6 months ago. Last month, Dad's letters stopped coming. Man, I can't read. I was afraid he had died. No, just the lizard guy. You will help me, won't you? I'm sure Dad's in danger. Of course. Now first, say, what's that on the door? A black crepe? A warning from the Phoenix. Don't be frightened. Who is this Phoenix? Dad's arch enemy. He has sworn to kill him. He's been trying to get control of Dad's notes. What is it, Cynthia? There's an undertaker at the door, miss. He's delivered 2 coffins. He says they are for you and the young man. This may be a trick. Is there a back way out of the house? We can go through here. Hurry, hurry. Wait, be careful. The trap. Ha, you can't shoot my eyes. They're lightning eyes. Something, I don't know. Flexing his muscles, Lightning deflects the bullets from his powerful buddy. Get a load of these pecs. Hey, this guy ain't human. Keep shooting, Tony. We'll get him. So, you fellows want to play, huh? Well, how's this? Ow, you killing me. What? As more thugs arrive, Lightning, fearing for Mary's safety, carries her out of harm's way. While they're so busy, we'll try the front door. What? At the front door? The curtain of fire. I'd better try the roof. Out of the way, you apes. We're trapped. What shall we do? I'll give those cars a jolt. The lightning finds its mark. Wow, it dismantled it entirely, huh? They could be, handy at the auto shop. Anyway, the thugs vanquish. Lightning speeds through the sky, carrying the startled Mary Parker in his arms. I wonder if she's related to, Ben Parker. As Lightning approaches the destination given in the note, startled natives watch him and probably immediately worship him. Him, Birdman, is great medicine man. I know. These are the Chicastenagos. Dad wrote me about them. They are very friendly. This is their chief. All right. Chief, I want to visit that volcano. Have you someone to guide me? No, there is great evil. In crater live the evil spirits. It is death. As the chief speaks, the Tsutu Hills, I don't know, are coming. The Tsutu Hills are coming. Come, we must prepare for battle. Spears. We must get away quickly. They are the Jewel Men. They have no mercy on anyone. Well, stand and fight. But you must find a place of safety. Well, behind you is probably as safe as she can get, but anyway. The savage Jewel Men attack, but in Lightning, they meet their match. Lightning quickly routs the invaders by throwing rocks at him. Ew, ew, oh, ew. It's not fair. It's nasty. Here, take this home with you. Yeah. This isn't a native spear. It was made by a machine. You don't think? That's right. Made in Japan. Evil white man, give them to Jewel Men. A white man. Him have white men chained in cavern by volcano. The Phoenix. He must have Mary's father. And heaven knows who else is in his power. Immediately they strike out through the jungle toward the volcano, but the girl slips and plunges into the crocodile-infested stream, and, well, that's the end for her, No, wait. Shrieking through the water, Lightning grabs one, tearing its jaws apart. Ah. I saw this in that King Kong movie. When at last the stream is filled with the dead monsters, he carries Mary to the bank. Soon they reach the gate leading to the cavern of the chained men. A guard, eh? This'll hold you. Not a sound or you die. Mary, get his keys. Jeez. Huh? Okay. It's so dark in here I can't see. I don't want to strike a light. Wait, look there. The cavern of the chained men. Oh, man, they stripped them all down to their tighty whities. It's horrible, those poor men. And yes, I'm sure it is. It's Dad. Hidden behind a rock, Mary and Lightning talked to Parker. Dad, where are the men who came with you? All dead. All victims of the Phoenix. Why are you letting your breast hang out like that? But why is the Phoenix so vindictive? In his madness, he wants to rule the world. He gets money by forcing us to work here. The volcano's heat is used in the manufacture of synthetic jewels. It's hard to tell them from real ones. His New York gang sells them all over the world. Look out! So he breaks a spear over the guy's head. Man. There's really no danger or challenge to him, Suddenly, a trapdoor opens. Mary! Wait, those gases are deadly. Yeah, but your daughter... I said they're deadly. Then we'll try the top of this cavern. Lightning scales the rough wall. At the top, he draws back his right arm. I should be able to crawl through this. As he crawls through the roof of the cavern, he is attacked by a guard. Promptly, he flings him over the side of the mountain. But an unseen danger lurks above. Hey, what? Oh, man. Lightning's powerful hands tie the huge reptile into knots. Guess that will hold you for a while. Yeah. He follows the sound of drums to the python pit where Mary, obviously having been stripped and dressed in some sort of other garb, is being prepared for a sacrifice. Ew, snakes. Ew. With a triumphant cry, the men lower her into the pit. Lightning plunges after her. Those pythons will crush her to death. Mary, I'm coming. Oh, don't, jeez. Don't. When the last snake lies dead at his feet, he cuts Mary free and turns to meet the advancing python men. Stay where you are. Stop. The Phoenix commands. And as for you, my American friend, you are my prisoner. A slight pressure of my hand, and I can blow up this entire volcano. In answer, Lightning hurls a bolt. My elbow. Oh. The panic-stricken python men flee in terror before the bolt. What about Dad? What's happened to him? Huh? Oh, don't worry. We'll free all the chained men now. Huh? What the hell? Does it just go back and forth? That's weird. Anyway, freed by lightning, the chained men turn on their former captors. Yeah, it's exciting. So, homeward bound, we've got to get Dad to a doctor. We will. Golly, man, all she ever does is complain. Look, a plane. It's the Phoenix. So, he thought he finished me. Now I'll have my revenge. Bombs rain on the party as lightning prepares to throw. Stay clear, everybody. The bolt finds its mark. You've hit it. It's going into the crater. That's the end of the Phoenix, thank heaven. And there you go. That's it for Phoenix. At home, Lightning finds a visitor. Well done, my boy. But there are other great evils for you to fight. I am ready, ancient sir. Don't you talk about my age. You'll be old too one day, if you're lucky. What new task will the old man in the pyramids assign to Flash Lightning? Follow his dashing career in the next issue. Oh boy, that sounds exciting, doesn't it? I know you can't wait to see that. Well, you're going to have to, because I'm going to put it off till next week. It's just what I do. Oh, well, all right. Let me see. Could switch to a little bit of a break as I switch to another element of the program. Huh? Oh, yeah. There we go. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Twin Cities volleyball coach charged with sexually assaulting 17-year-old player. The 24-year-old is charged with third-degree criminal sexual conduct. All right. Volleyball coach from Burnsville. Uh-oh. Did it burn? Has been charged with sexually assaulting one of her underage players. Well, by a year, Brooke Reinhard. Maybe Reinhard. 24 of Rosemont is charged with 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 counts, third degree. Wow, even the degree is in threes. Criminal sexual conduct by someone in a position of authority, with the victim, a 17-year-old boy. Reinhard is listed as the coach of the Burnsville High School varsity boys volleyball team. There was an earlier story where that teacher was also, I forget, she taught some other, she was a special needs teacher or something like that. But she was also the coach of, I think that was the soccer team. But I thought, oh, you mean the girls' soccer team? No, the boys. What are you doing? All right, guys, go hit the showers. I'm going to make sure you do, According to the charges, a man found the 17-year-old's wallet in his apartment. Oh, no. After returning from being out of state between June 23rd and 29th. The man said Reinhard had been looking after his home. Oh, I thought this was the husband, or boyfriend. Anyway, looking after his home while he was out of town, and that the victim had never been in his home and had no reason to be. Oh, geez. So she was house sitting for a neighbor and thought, wow, what an opportunity to, here she is. There she is. Okay. When he called Reinhardt about the discovery and told her he was upset with what he found, she allegedly said, okay, and okay, bye. What a cover story. The 17-year-old was interviewed and said he'd forgotten his wallet and that his coach, Reinhard, had sent him a text saying he'd forgotten it in her car, saying that she had given him a ride to practice in Maple Grove on June 28th before bringing him home. See, he really came up with a better story than hers. That's better than okay, bye, Unless, of course, she called him, quick, we got to come up with a story. He said, don't worry, baby, I got it. The teen initially told police that his relationship with Reinhardt was that of a coach and athlete, and that she was nice. But they had not spent any time together other than for playing volleyball. When the victim allowed officers to check his phone, they allegedly found texts from Reinhardt telling him he had a lot of things to delete. The complaint, as well as texts about condoms. The victim then told officers Reinhardt had been helping him with a social situation. You know, how do you talk to girls? And that led to them hanging out more often. This allegedly led to them getting food together and then kissing, with the teen saying they had started dating 2 to 3 months earlier. Yeah. After initially saying it had not progressed beyond kissing and watching TV, the teen allegedly admitted when asked about the condom text that they had penetrative sex, meaning they had sex. He claimed the first time happened at Reinhardt's Rosemont home about a month earlier, with the second time at the Burnsville apartment on June 28th. The teen also said Reinhardt had sent him nude pictures. Reinhardt was arrested on July 2nd, and during the interview, she claimed the boy had left his wallet in her car after she drove him to practice and described their relationship as coach and player. See, that's how they do. They get them in separate rooms, and interview them. She's sticking to the initial story that they agreed to. So, oh boy, they went over it. But, the kid didn't get rid of everything on his phone. So, whoopsie. So then he says, all right. But she didn't know about that. She later allegedly admitted that in May, she had engaged in sexual acts in her vehicle with the boy and admitted to having sex with him at her house. The boy's house? Jeez. She went to his house and banged him there. Wow. And the Burnsville man's apartment. Jeez, what if he had come home early and he walks in? Anyway, she also admitted sending the boy nude pictures. WCCO, or Waco, reports Reinhardt was hired in September 2023. Wow. That's not that long ago. Huh. Well, anyway, with Burnsville Egan Savage District School saying that while it can't release personnel information, it is fully cooperating with police on the matter and will take appropriate actions as dictated by district policies and state law. Well, she's confessed to all of it. So obviously she's fired, right? I tell you, it's easier to fire that stupid pediatrician. The teachers, I mean, now it varies by state to state and city and all that. But, geez, Louise, so very hard to give them the boot, And then it's like, hey, look, we got rules here. And, oh man, we can't just get rid of this woman because she had sex with one of her students. I mean, I can understand innocent till proven guilty and all that stuff, but she confessed. So, and still, oh, it's very hard. So, I mean, you can't release the information. That's one of the things. It's like, hey, is there any vetting here or anything? I don't know what it would be. Like, well, she's done this before. Well, then yeah, and they got that on file. Well, don't you do that again? That probably wouldn't be sufficient. You understand? But, geez, man, and I really daring. And she's like, let's do it in your bedroom at your home. And they did. Well, anyway, she's probably going to do some time and maybe even get fired. Wow, I can't believe that happened at all. But it did. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess that's just what they wanted to do, you know? I mean, obviously, but. Oh, here we go. So, what else to do except, hey, let's take a look at the background of Flash Lightning. That's right. So, what else to do? We go to Wikipedia. Now, for some reason, they're calling him Lash Lightning. But it clearly said Flash Lightning in the comic book. So, weird, huh? So, Lash Lightning is a fictional superhero character. Oh, he didn't really exist at all. Huh. Who first appeared in Surefire Comics #1. That's the one we were reading. From Ace Comics, which was renamed Lightning Comics with If You #4 to take advantage of the new character's popular. He became popular, really. I mean, that art stunk. And that was the stupid stuff. Agent X, the Phantom Fed. Yeah, it was stupid, sure, but it had better art in it. And it just said, hey, look, he's a secret agent. It was pretty simple rather than, some old guy says, well, I've taught you how to throw lightning bolts. Now go to New York. And, okay. Just stumbles into something. Anyway, the character's name was changed to Lash Lightning. Originally called, in issue 7. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. So changed to Lash Lightning in issue 7 to avoid confusion with DC Comics' The Flash. Yeah, you got to figure it was something like that, And, well, it was. Lightning Comics ended with issue 13 in June 1942, so not all that popular after all. So in this final issue, he was joined by his sidekick, Lightning Girl. So he finally gets a girl to hang out with, and they cancel it, Lash also appeared in issues 1 to 22, September 1941, March 1946, of the Ace title, 4 Favorites. Okay. About halfway through this run, the Lash was dropped and he was simply named Lightning. Lightning Girl joined him in issue 6. Okay. Why didn't they just call him Lightning Man? So there he is on 4 Favorites. See, there he is, kicking Hitler's ass. Yeah. Oh, they're all beating up Hitler. Here's the Raven beating him up. This guy, and these 2 idiots just there's Hitler on the ground again. So they're like standing on him. So anyway, that's 4 Favorites. So. What's the biography? Well, we know some of it, don't we? We just read it. But anyway, in 1940, explorer. Oh, I didn't know he was an explorer. Robert Morgan is delving into an Egyptian pyramid when he encounters an ancient mystic called the Old Man of the Pyramids. All right. The mystic teaches Morgan ancient secrets and gives him the Amulet of Annihilation on the condition that he uses his powers to fight evil. But what if he didn't? Too late now, he's got it. Anyway, Morgan's powers include super strength, super speed, flight, the ability to generate electricity, and radiate lightning heat, and a measure of invulnerability. You might want to figure out the exact measurement, but he can contain the explosion of a grenade with his bare hands. Well, that's pretty good. His powers can be recharged by electricity, so he plugs himself into the outlet when he goes to bed, Returning to the United States, Morgan dons a costume. No, he put the costume on while he was still hanging out with the old man. Anyway, and changes his name to Lash Lightning as opposed to maintaining a secret identity. His emblem is a triangle with a thunderbolt. Well, several thunderbolts emerging from each of its 3 sides. Yeah, all right. His early foes include the Mummy. All right. Oh, an insane college professor wrapped in bandages infused with radium, and the mad scientist Mastermind. His recurring villains also include a werewolf, Wow, boy, he had a lot of horror-related villains. You know, the zombie-raising Dr. Diablo and the Maestro, who wears a bee costume. I guess that's the only one he could find on short notice. Anyway, later, Lash's friend, Isabel Blake, gains powers identical to his when he accidentally charges her with thousands of volts of electricity. Gee, I wonder how that happened, you know. She dons a costume similar to his and becomes his partner, Lightning Girl. The two of them are able to track each other via lightning impulses. Yeah, because they're electric together, you know. Project Superpowers. At some point after World War II, both Lash Lightning and Lightning Girl were imprisoned in the mystical Urn of Pandora. Oh, this is that Alex Ross thing they did decades later for Dynamite Comics. But I don't know. He's a public domain character, so this is his official story. What happened to him after he went into cancellation and disappeared? Well, he got stuck in this Urn of Pandora, along with many other heroes, by the misguided Fighting Yank. That's what he called himself. Decades later, the urn was broken and the heroes released. The duo were then recruited, along with 6 other heroes, including Magno and Davy, Captain Courageous, Mr. Raven, Soldier Unknown, they can't call him the Unknown Soldier, and the Sword, to form a team called the Super Mystery Men. The purpose of this team has not yet been revealed. Yeah, I think it ran out of steam and they never followed up on the story. Anyway, Lightning Girl is one of the 16 heroes to have hopped 60 years into the future in the pages of the MetaHuman Press serial Living Legends. She was the only one of the characters to return to college in an attempt to regain a normal life. But the return of a still young Robert Morgan has complicated matters in the still ongoing serial. Oh, well, all right. So, in 2008, Lash Lightning and Lightning Girl appeared in flashback in Dynamite Entertainment's Project Superpowers #0. In the one-shot, Project Superpowers Chapter 2 Prelude, they appear in this line as part of a team called, the Super Mystery Man. You already said that. Presumably named after Ace title Super Mystery Comics. Whoa, what are the odds? So there you go. Lash, also known as Flash Lightning, but then just lightning. And they were just like, whatever, just slap that crap out there. Is anyone really going to care? Probably not. But, well, that's what they did. That's what they did. Oh, well. Anywho. So there's really nothing else to do except for me to draw a picture of Flash Lightning. And I think that's exactly what I'll do. So, I don't know what kind of pose, I guess. He'll maybe just standing around with a beer, something like that. So, there, I'll put his hand there. And he obviously had a paunch, a belly, because he had that big belt on. So, kind of make it kind of stuff on the outside. And then, I don't know. It seems like the old man just had this suit lying around, and then Robert Morgan shows up, and the old dude says, "Hey, I know magic and stuff," and he's like, cool, and lo and behold, it worked. Even the old man was probably like, "Holy shit!" So, he had the amulet of annihilation all that time. Why didn't he go save the world or something? I guess it's because he's too old. And I I don't know. The opportunity just never came along. So he just figured, well, I'll give it to the first guy who comes in here. And, well, that was Robert Morgan.
I'm an explorer, and I'm here to explore.
Well, guess what? I'm an old wizard, and I have secrets. And I have this, amulet. And it ought to really do cool stuff. That's basically the story, yeah. So, all those characters, they ended up mostly doing like war stories, fighting Nazis and stuff like that. And that's about it. A lot of the stories didn't really involve that, at least not up front. I mean, I guess some of them would, you know, be spies and saboteurs and stuff like that. So it's somewhat implied that, the Germans, and they came over to, you know, wreak havoc on America for the betterment of the, I don't know, the war effort. Let me see. I got to look at a picture of him. I'm already forgetting. Yeah, he's got this weird design. I think it's supposed to be a lightning bolt, but it just looks like some kind of design for like a Christmas sweater, you know? And for whatever reason, it just wouldn't finish on the other side. Maybe because, wait a minute, this could be a superhero thing. So, so just just don't do it to the other sleeve. And there you go, So geez, I just have never, I must have seen it that his name became Lashlight. I mean, especially because I did read the Project Superpowers way back when. And of course, I don't really remember him much. Uh, so I guess that's it. I just didn't pay attention. I can't imagine why I didn't, but so yeah, they're like, oh no, we're gonna get sued by DC Comics. Who would sue? And they sued Captain Marvel out of existence. And Ace Comics decided, oh crap, well we'll just call him Lash Lightning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Plus, it's like the Flash. He was the guy who could, run really fast. And Lash, well, he just throws a bunch of lightning bolts around. Wait a minute, it shouldn't look like that. Let me see here. If it's, uh, 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 yeah, that'll work. Uh, but most of the good costume designs were already done, so most of them are going to look pretty crappy. Now the Black Terror had a cool costume. It was all black with a skull and bones on it. The original Daredevil character, he had that red and blue thing split down the middle. It was a little something. And then, I think that's about it. Most of the characters, they didn't really have that great uh, costume designs. Because, just like the names, all the good designs, all the cool names were already taken. But once the war was over, pretty much the superhero comic book craze just dried up. And basically, all that was left was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and of course, again, Captain Marvel would have survived that era, but DC Comics sued him out of existence. So that was it for him. And then the big thing in comic books was horror, science fiction, romance comics, and crime comics were big. But Red Scare years came along and said, hey, this is contributing to the delinquency of minors. So if you don't police this crap, we will. So they came up with the Comics Code Authority. And basically, the popular horror comics and stuff like that all had to be, well, scrapped. You know, certainly toned down. They had all kind of rules. And for a while, you couldn't even do a story about werewolves. I mean, some of the crime stuff where people were committing murders and, and severed heads on the cover and stuff like that. But werewolves, but whatever. And so that created a void, and basically all they could publish was superheroes. So it was to the benefit of the superhero genre. Um, Otherwise, probably would have fizzled and just died out. I mean, Superman was pretty big at the time. He probably would have kept on, but it wouldn't have been like the Paramount approach for the individual publishers. So it's one thing when things just fall out of style, but when they're arbitrarily affected that way, it's wrong. But I don't know. Maybe that was a communist plot. There he is. Lash lightning. And this is kind of like his gut being smashed in by his metal girdle. Yeah. Yay. Yay. There you go. I don't know about. I'm not going to bother with the old wizard. He's a dude in the robe. What else is there? I would suggest nothing. So that's it. That's it for Lash Lightning. So let me take a gander at nope. What else? Oh, there it is. There we go. Gee, what's next? The Raven. Yeah, that's what's next. Oh, yeah, it is showing up. Okay, cool. So The Raven will be next week's story here on Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. So he basically just wears a dress suit, looks like, but it's all purple, see? And he has this hood over his head, but he's got a little yellow sticker on his forehead with a picture of a raven. So that's so they'll know. Hey, look, it's the Raven. So he's got this. He probably found the sticker in like a gum machine toy or something like that, And it looks like he's breaking and entering. He breaks in this guy's house and beats him up. This is supposed to be the good guy, right? But anyway, that's who will show up in next week's Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. And I'll read you the story of the Raven. No, not Nevermore. Won't be doing that. I'm going to read it. If I said Nevermore, I wouldn't have it at all. That would be rude. So there you go. That's it for today's episode. But before I go, I'll give you a tour of something else that is of extreme importance. It most certainly is. No, come on. And there we go. There we go. Over at indieplanet.com / Douglas Nelson. See, you can find all my comic books. And there's Doodleverse Comics, Oopsie Unleashed. Well, who could that be? Oh, I think we know. But just in case, I called him Oopsie. And an old friend of his, they used to be partners in some sort of show or something. Boy, he's on his mind a lot. So there you go. That's Doodleverse Comics with a lot of comics strips collected based on Dabbleverse characters. There's Kevin Brennan upset about Pat Dixon, and there's phantom images of Melton hanging over his head. Here's Chad Zumach with phantom images of Carl from Who Are These Podcasts hanging over his head. Again, Melton appears to tell him he's stupid. Ray DeVito being stalked by, and then, oh boy, Still Toe, he appears quite a bit in it. And several, speculative accounts of events that more than likely occurred somewhat to this degree. Yeah. And, of course, Stuttering John obsessing over Kate Meany. Boy, that's still become of interest today, huh? Check out your New York Post. And once again, Still Toe Aaron Imholt appears here in his old studio. He's got a new background now, So that's why I'm going to do a second one, of course. But there you go. There's that one. There's Etc. Woman. Now that's the one I did for a friend who just wanted to be in a comic book. So it's basically a story of her flying around having to deal with a rat man in the swamp. And, she does. See? Yeah. But don't worry, it all works out in the end. And then, of course, the premier character, Night Night, based on my audio plays of the same name from the Mr. Nailsin Show. Look, the cover even tells you. Based on the audio plays Night Night from the Mr. Nailsin Show podcast or Radio Misfit. And yes, I do all the voices. And this is based on the very first story. And obviously a Batman parody, so he needs a commissioner. So I got Pat Dixon to be the face of the commissioner that Night Night deals with. So there you go. And there's his sidekick, Bubo. And good Lord, all the way back from 2019. Jeez. I got to make more of these. So this gives you a sample of what the images look like. There's the villain leaving a threatening tape for Night Night to be upset about. And look, he is. So, oh boy, what happens? Well, you'll have to get the comic book to find out. And then it moves on to Night Night number 2. And he faces against this guy called the Bullfrog. And then there's a backup story telling his origin, his early years. And that's what his suit used to look like. Yeah. So there's Bullfrog. and his henchmen, the tadpoles, and there's Bobo and Night Night with their masks off. Smedley, the guy who runs his nightclub, and there they are in his secret lair with the night cruiser in the background. Yeah. Once again, they pester and bother the commissioner, and he's he's not happy to see him now. What happens there? Well, you'll have to tune in to find out. In the death of Night Night. Oh no, part 1. Well, then another part 2 of the origin story, and there you go. Oh no, there's Night Night in a chase. He's trying to catch up with his van. They open the doors and spray him with bullets. And then, I don't know, they cause a crash. But does it all work out? Well, again, you'll have to get your copy and find out. Finally, there's Sun King. Also based on the audio play featured in the Mr. Nailsin Show, with all the voices done by me. In fact, the current episode features an episode of Sun King. Yeah. So this one, of course, tells his whole origin story. And there's Sun King doing very much like Superman, of course, flying off to go, deal justice and whatnot. Some people want to lynch a prisoner. He's got to stop it. And he does. He blasts them out of his belt. And they got the message. Yeah. So there you go. That's Sun King. And backup feature is the origin story of Bubba Stargone, the other audio play featured in the Mr. Nailsin Show. And this one, actually, because it's kind of split up how I did the stories, but eventually I told his origin story. And so it's in comic book form. It's basically a mixture of Flash, Gordon, Star Trek, and Star Wars. See, all of it rolled up into one for you and yours to enjoy. So there you go. You head over to indieplanet.com/Douglas-Nailsin, or Nelson, rather. Yeah, this name here. And you can browse through all of these, buy what you want. Better yet, buy them all. And you'll be caught up on all things, Nelson comic booky. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's something to do. A. Thompson, I rewatched Aliens versus Predators. A. Thompson says they were okay. A. Thompson, I rewatched Alien Earth. I think that pervert Asian guy caused the outbreak on board the ship. He sure did something. He was definitely after that chick's panties. A. Thompson, a lot of Easter eggs in movies. I always miss them. The guy spraying the wall, looks like that was a prison and something broke out on that island. All right. Maybe he'll show up later. Wait till these aliens get a load of me. A. Thompson, YouTubers pointed out 50 Easter eggs so far in Alien Earth. Yeah, I'll bet. A lot of stuff, but they really need to pay more attention to their own plot and whatnot. Yeah. Mumble Slam. Doug, have you ever considered drawing for Jug World? Nope. A. Thompson, as far as picture quality, it really is amazing. The original Alien is remastered in 4K HDR on streaming. 1978 movie is clear as Alien Earth. Just amazing. A. Thompson, LOL, Jug World. Mumble Slam, Bubba Star gone, the companion to Bubba Star here. Yeah, I guess that's the alternate universe version. Oh, I already did that. Yeah. I didn't call him that, though. I guess, yeah, in the alternate universe, Bubba Star here is the one who never left the Earth and he never did anything. And by comparison, a complete and utter failure. Not really, but A. Thompson, I missy. Well, that's too bad about Missy. Oh, A. Thompson, I missed most of the Dabbleverse today. I feel better about myself. All I know is Stuttering John is suing Carl from Who Are These Podcast and Shuley, and the New York Post did a story on it and got quite a few of the facts wrong, but there's no case, so. But there it is. Dabbleverse made the New York Post. How about that? That's something, even though they, got the details wrong. So there you go. That's something to look forward to. But, we'll let that play out as it sees fit. So that's it for this edition of, what do we call this? Oh, I know. Mr. Nailsin, what would you just go? Geez, Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. It's supposed to leave it. Oh well, screw it. And next week will be the Raven, who looks to be breaking and entering and beating the crap out of the property owner. But we'll see. I'm sure the property owner had it coming, and he's really bad and nasty, and all that stuff. For some reason, if I don't have what's on the camera, in the lair, you can't hear me. That's just stupid. But so I put this up again so you can see, hey, look what's coming next week. Yeah, well, Jesus. So thanks for letting me know, and I apologize, but geez. Why does this have to be a riddle with an enigma wrapped in a conundrum hidden in a mystery? But it does. Doug's audio has digressed, if you will. No, it did not. Hey, Thompson, I like that Earl Skakel guy. He has a small stream where he walks his dog around Hollywood at 3 a.m. All right. Pat Dixon says hit the like button. There's an idea. Why not do that? Hey, Thompson, but Earl's chat got toxic as fuck today. So I left. Pat Dixon, toxic towards Earl or just internally? A. Thompson says towards Earl. And why would they do that? Pete Dixon, computer shit, man. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Jeez. I mean, Evie Lux has got cool bells and whistles and stuff, most of which I haven't even afforded use of for me, But damn it all. This crazy shit. Whatever. Look, I got the main thing. I read the story there. You got that. Good enough. Anyway, Pat Dixon says it's okay to have a small stream if you're outside and no one is looking. But geez, Pat, I'm stunned you're still awake. Pat did a marathon show last night. It went on and on and on. And it was great. Played a lot of songs. A lot of people came in, tipped him generously. And not to toot my own horn, but so did I. Because I can't resist super tips, I just can't. Those voices. It's the voices, you understand. Yes, it's the voices. Hey, Thompson, they were making fun of him for working at the... Oh, damn it. They were making fun of him for working at the Comedy Store and saying he didn't make any money. I was like, can we just get back to searching for hookers in Hollywood? Pat Dixon, I woke up at like 10 p.m. Oh, well, you got a ways to go. I'm the one who needs to go to bed. P. Dixon. P. Dixon. P. Dixon. Speaking of, there's big bucks in your super tips. Oh, well, now we got to move over to the super tip layer. Okay. Okay.
What's Sun King's kryptonite? I can't say why, but I got to know.
Now, why can't I hear it? Okay. What did I do? I didn't. Oh, no, that's on. There. That might make it work. All right. Sun King's kryptonite is simply called dark matter. Now, there is a concept of dark matter. Oh, you heard it. Okay. Well, I had to go into OBS so I could hear it, but I heard it. So, yes, Sun King's kryptonite is a substance called dark matter. Now, there is an actual dark matter in science and all that. I don't understand it, but whatever. I just used that because I realized I could do a spoof of this character in the Superman comics that's a giant King Kong-like ape that fights Superman and somehow can breathe kryptonite, so it like blows kryptonite on him. Or no, he had kryptonite vision, some crap like that. So I thought, hey, it'd be hilarious if this giant ape craps dark matter and throws it at Sun King. And so that's exactly what I did. So that's, of course, one of the villains that Sun King has to take on, a giant ape that craps dark matter and throws it at him. And it makes him very, very sick. Oh, yes. Mumble Slam searching for Ashley A. Thompson. So But again, thank you for the super tip, Pat. Greatly appreciated. A. Thompson, LOL, Biscuit Beats has the Ashley theme song called Rent is Due. It had me laughing. Huh? Biscuit Beats also has a song called I Ain't Gay. I was crying laughing at that. Pat Dixon, LOL, I had no idea there'd be a hilarious answer. Pat Dixon, please. Well, there we go. Yes, we've learned a lot today. We learned about Flash Lightning. Well, not really, but, we saw him do shit. We learned about my comic books, which is all that really matters. And we learned about dark matter. It comes out of a giant ape's ass and makes Sun King very sick. Yeah. Pat Dixon says, is the Raven a spoof on the Phantom? No, I don't think so. I think they just, hey, we got to have these superhero comic book characters because that's the shit, So just slap something together. And that's what they did. And they said, I know. I'll put this guy in a purple business suit with a cape and a hood with a bird sticker on his forehead. And now he's the Raven. That'd be my guess, but we'll find out next week on Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. Pat Dixon says, he looks like crap. You're not wrong, Pat. You're not. Well, look, I'd say Lash Lightning looks a little worse. So, at least this guy could take the mask and cape off and nobody would even really notice, except you're wearing purple? Muscle Slam. Mumble Slam. Dark matters are what MKE calls the Shoolies who broke up his relationship. Is that what happened? Good Lord. I had no idea. 8,000. Doug, did you like the movie Prey? I haven't seen it yet. I meant to, but I got stuff going on. Mumble Slam. Ravens are generally black. Yeah, I know. I guess they figured if they just did him in black, it would just be this silhouette blot, damn, what do I do? I don't know, color him purple. So I guess he's so black when you shine light on him, he's purple. That's what they're going with. I don't know. Pat Dixon, keep asking questions. Don't let him leave. That's a good point. I'm a very tired man. My God, I was at work and oh, good Lord, the things that went on. And I can't talk about it. Jeez. Well, anyway. Yeah, I got to take off. Pat's absolutely right. And, but don't worry. We'll get together again soon. Maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. A. Thompson, Pat knows it. Pat Dixon, eat, pray, love. He doesn't. Doug, what movies are you seeing this weekend? I don't think I'm seeing any. I'll catch up on crap later. Pat Dixon, the whole rhythm section was a purple gang. He does. Doug, did you see the bear? No, I haven't seen the bear yet. I'm still going through Black Mirror and all that stuff. Look, it's going to be decades before I catch up. And you're assuming I will. No. But I did put up reviews of movies that Pat Dixon suggested. That was Pelham 123, the original, The Friends of Eddie Coyle, and The Outfit. So those are on the Nailsin ratings. Check those out. I did reviews of those great treasures of the 70s. I'm a 70s model myself. Rolled off the factory floor in 1970. Mumble Slam. See what you did, Pat? You reminded him to leave. Yes, Pat's a good friend. Pat Dixon, tell us about the Old Testament. Well, in the beginning, the bear is good. Your doppelganger is in it. My doppelganger. Oh, Oliver Platt? Okay. Top 30 Pink Floyd songs. Good. Oh, good Lord. Damn it. Review the bar. Yeah, I'll review it when I see it. I did review Weapons. Check it out. Check out the movie, too. It's pretty good. All right, that's it. You can't trick me. Besides, I can't even see the chat now because I'm moving over to the other layer thingy. And when I'm in the other layer thingy, that means I can get to the ending theme song. Oh, there it is right now. Here it comes. That means good day, sirs.